Okay, we're live, supposedly. I'm hoping we are. Everything looks good. What's going on, Paul, and how's it going?
It's another day in paradise here in wonderful port here in Michigan. And how are things going with you, Lawrence?
Well, here in New York, we're getting all that rain that you guys were talking about having all week. Last week, we're getting the rain now. It's rained every day from Monday. It's supposed to rain all the way through Friday.
Yep,
And I just got an alert from my show, so that must be pretty good. Hold on, let me refresh this. Oh, I have to skip the commercial. There we go. Everything's muted and up and running. How's it look on your side?
I can't. When I click on it, it says offline. But
You
let me
might
see.
have to F5 to
Okay.
refresh the page. Sometimes you press F5 is the same as refresh. Canadian Drone Hub. We had thunderstorms all afternoon. What's up, Roger? How you doing? And welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys. Surprisingly, Phantom Flight 101, Herman is not on tonight, and he is a defensive coach for a football team, high school football team here in New York. And last season, they won the championship. And now that the new season is just about to start, they get their championship ring. So he's getting all done up tonight to go. But I did send him the link, and he said he might try and go live to show the ring or something. I don't know.
Sure,
But
that's cool.
yeah, so in fact, while he's getting dressed, he probably let me text him, man, and tell him, yo, you're getting dressed now. At least you can listen to the stream and give us another hit.
Sure.
Yo, put the live stream on and join us in the audience, or at least listen to us for the hit.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. Anyway, um, they were sized up for their rings and everything. Now, this is high school football in the New York City area, so that basically is the five boroughs and a few boroughs extending in the outer perimeters.
Sure.
But out of all the high schools in New York City, his team Erasmus got the championship last year, and the year before they lost by a touchdown. And this year they came back and played the same team, I believe it was, and spanked them. They scored
Wow.
once and never scored again.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he well, those coaches, especially the assistant coaches and they work really hard and I'm excited for them.
well he some hey Night Train, what's up, bro? It's kind of funny because I hear him, and he talks about the games and the kids and he speaks highly of the other coaches, whoever they may be. Hey, what's up, Al Diaz? Everyone, welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys. I'm filling in for Herman. I'll go into it at another time, but a little later on during the stream.
Actually, Lawrence, we're both filling in for Herman.
Yes, yes, we are. Actually, no. Paul is filling in for
For
Herman.
Herman, that's right. Yeah,
I'm just hosting the show. Paul
that's
is filling in for Herman. So,
right.
so what are we gonna do, Herman?
Yeah. We're gonna have a good time. The time's gonna go fast. All the people are coming in. Um, and Mr. Crowley and his drones here, and everybody.
Oh, good. What's up, Mr. Crowley? And how are you, buddy? Now, hey, Night Train, I have an FPV question for you, and I think I know the answer to it, but I'm gonna ask you anyway, real quick. My signet, my sin whoop. Okay. I was flying with it and everything. Today I went to fly, and there's a pre-flight check, Paul, that you have just like you have with the camera
Right,
drone. And what
right.
the number one pre-flight check is to make sure all the screws are taut and not overturned and stuff
Yep.
like that. And I went through my pre-flight and night train. I went to take off, and my VTX, which is my video transmitter, was real noisy. So I barely could see. I turned around and came back, and I was like, what the hell is going wrong? So I shut everything off, came back. The noise had disappeared in the goggles. And then as soon as I went to take off, the noise started again. Make a long story shorter, I came back. I had to crash land because I lost VTX. In fact, I lost video. And I picked up the drone and I realized that the antenna for the VTX was loose. Now, here's my question. I was told you never start up a drone with the video transmitter without the antenna because if you do, it'll burn out the board, the
Right.
VTX. Okay. And now I have no video, and the bird beeps 5 times really, really quick. Beep, 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 like that, and then it stops. My conclusion is I burnt out the VTX on it. What do you think? And it's not a Team Black Sheep VTX either. It's a I had it up. What is it? I'd have to pull it up on a page. It's not a Team Black Sheep VTX, and from what I heard, if it's not TBX, it probably fried. At least that's what someone told me.
That's what I'm kind of probably leaning that way too. I don't know a lot about it because I don't fly them, but I do know that if you don't have the antenna connected, it feeds back and it burns it out.
Right now, I was getting while sitting on the ground, it was a crystal clear picture. That was fine, but as soon as I
It,
lift off the
it
ground,
wiggled and
and
lost connection.
yeah, the night train says he agrees with you too. And because it was loose, it was rattling. It's an SMA connector also. So that's the
Yeah,
little pin with the coaxial like
right.
that, and the antenna sits on top of it. And probably did burn it out, but what the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys may have noticed tonight Herman is actually Paul. Phantom Flight 101 is actually Paul. And we are on my channel because Herman is going to an award dinner tonight to collect their high school championship ring. He's a defensive coach for Erasmus High School, and here in New York City, they beat out all the other high schools in football, and now they're going to a dinner to get their rings and plaques and everything like that. Hey, what's up, Michael McReynolds? But I'll constantly repeat that throughout the night for you guys wondering why Paul is here and not Herman and why we are on my channel. You thought
Well,
Herman looked a lot like Paul last night.
well, and what I have to do is every once in a while you got to remind me, Lawrence, is I have to go. There you go again. There you go again.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. I have to pick on you, and you have to go. Here we go. That's
There
what it
we
is. Here we go.
there we go.
You have to throw that in. What's up, Rick Halver? How are you? Yes, he's a defensive. Herman is actually the defense coach for the team.
And they
So,
and they won the
you
championship.
know, you can't win no championships without a good defense.
Yeah.
So, and every year they've made it to the playoffs and lost by a touchdown or something still silly. But since I've known Herman the last 2.5, I think going on 3 years now, his team has made it to the playoffs. And Erasmus, I'm not gonna lie, Erasmus is in Brooklyn. It's in a very tough neighborhood of Brooklyn. So I could see why these guys won this year because it's just to live in that neighborhood, you got to be badass. I'm not gonna lie, seriously. Um,
Yeah.
how's everyone going? I didn't like I'm lost here. Why don't I do some drone news or something? It's still early. It's 5:08. I can do some drone news real quick. We were talking about Wally World. For those of you who don't know, Walmart has filed more drone patents than Amazon last year, according to this article. And everything that I get, so you guys can check it out too. I'll post it in the chat when I get done with this. But seems that Walmart appears to have won the latest round in its delivery war with Amazon. Both retailers were among the most frequent flyer by drone technology patents in 2018. In other words, they are going for every possible patent there is for I guess large carrier drones down to small ones. They're trying to cover all of that area. So when it comes to delivery time, when they say you have to have this type of drone to do deliveries, they'll be able to pull out a drone and say we got one. If they say you need to fly a certain type of drone in rough weather, they'll say boom, we got a drone that can do that
Yep.
too.
Yep.
You know. Now it says what's strange is the large number of patents reflects many small components that are part of a big technology development. If you look at the whole program of buildings and developing a drone, you could slice it up to maybe 100 parts. So basically, everything from the processor to they're building these drones. They probably have, if I know Amazon, they probably have about 10 drones ready for the FAA to say, hey, what do you have for 50-mile-per-hour winds and stuff like that? You know, I mean, me, I personally don't care. It'll be just pretty cool seeing them fly back and forth across the sky. My question is, what are they doing about the hobbyist?
Yes. Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, what do you think, Paul? Because with all of these companies filing patents and building their own drones, and then they have drone in a box. I get to have a drone in a box behind my house and patrol my whole neighborhood if I want.
Right. Right. Yeah. Another news article that going along with your Walmart news this morning on Business News early this morning, out of New York, is that Walmart also announced that they're going to be taking on Amazon. They're going to be offering free shipping and delivery, 3-day delivery, and
Yes,
and
yes.
you don't have to be a Prime member.
Yep, I did see that. I did see that. In fact, I've been seeing articles about it. I haven't seen it on the commercials yet, but I have been seeing certain articles. Hobbyists will be told to fly at an AMA field. Well, you want to know what ideas? They need to build more damn AMA fields because New York City only has five, and one of them you can't call an AMA field because it is a 100. No. 75-foot radius circle,
Yeah.
okay? Okay, with the concrete circle in the middle for tethered lines. Now, outside the fence of this particular airfield is called Forest Park. The place is called Forest Park AMA Airfield. Are trees that go up, and these trees now people may not notice, but for every foot a tree grows, that's technically a year. You can kind of round it off like that. These trees are maybe they start at about 10 stories, 100 feet, and go up to about 150, which is about 15 stories.
Yeah.
And they encircle the park. So this is the only AMA airfield in New York City that the only thing you could do is go straight up and look around. It's the only place that you can go straight up and look around. How do we do on a test? Okay, all right. Okay, decent. I'll accept decent. Okay, but building, telling people to fly in an AMA airfield, Al Diaz, honestly, is going to kill the hobby. At least that's what I think. Because you have in New York alone, or hey, what's up, Sleeping Bear? At the top of my head, Paul, here in New York, I can count to at least 25 people off the top of my head that I know fly. If they don't fly every day, they fly every other day. And
Yeah.
we're not even talking about the other 600 to 1,000 people that fly in New York. And yet you never hear about drones hitting buildings, airplanes, anything like that. The only time you did was when that fool hit the Army helicopter, which now everyone's starting to believe the helicopter hit him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And,
know,
and of course, that wasn't big news. If an Army helicopter hit a drone, that isn't as big a news for the news people as it is a
right. But if
drone.
they say they were hit by a drone, that brings news. In fact, you met Cool Bick, right? He's he's been in the stream a couple of times, right?
Right.
And he is over in Red Hook, and we were flying somewhere up in the Bronx. I think it's Bridge Park, High Bridge. It's called High Bridge because it's a lot of bridges in the area. And a helicopter turned towards him shortly after that incident, maybe about a month and a half after that guy supposedly hit the helicopter. This helicopter, military, altered its course and I know the military helicopters could see the 5 drones that were in the air. Plus, we were using radios, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, helicopter, helicopter. He turned from his course heading this way and turned to do a low fly over the bridge where exactly where Cool Bick or Ray was hovering. And Ray just stood there and watched him go by like that. And out here in Rockaway, where I live, Justin saw the other day, you have these rich snoots that come from Long Island. You know,
Right.
the Hamptons, Martha's Vineyards, those kind of people. They come in their private helicopters and their private planes, and they fly along the beach at 200 feet, 250 all the time.
Yeah. Because the rules don't affect them any. They're above it all.
Sleeping Bear says, my days on YouTube almost over. Why? You got your third strike, dude, and YouTube has warned you against what's going on with that, with what's happening with you. Um, let's see. I thought Val was gonna come in, but she's probably on her way from work or whatever.
Yeah, I think she's on her way probably home from work because I know she had to go in because she left the stream this morning and said she was headed to work.
Yeah, I saw you had just got off an hour before I got up. So what time did you get off line this morning?
Which time? I was on with Roger
That time. Is
early
it
in the
still,
morning.
huh?
Roger did 2 streams today. One at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the other one at his regular time at 9 o'clock.
Wow.
The two
Impressive.
o'clock the 2 o'clock stream went about 2 hours and 15 minutes, and there was Roger, then Andrew joined, then I joined, and the three of us yik yacked for another 2 hours.
Okay. Wow. Because I know it said that Canadian Drone Hub had went off and your face was the thumbnail. And it was an hour before I had got up.
Yeah.
Um I'm looking sitting here looking to see what's happening in the chat. Oh, also, this is recent news. It hasn't gotten to too many news stations yet. In fact, they published it yesterday at 7:44 p.m. Okay, and they claim they got the information earlier that day. But did you know in Singapore there's one particular airport that really gets shut down from drone sightings, and it's basically because their FAA, which is called the CAAS, I'll find what the meaning of that is later. Oh, Civilian Aviation Authority of Singapore. That's like our FAA.
Uh-huh.
It's so lax, but they say there's one airport in Changi. It's called Changi Airport.
Shang-Chi.
Um,
Shang-Chi.
had a total of 38 flights were affected because they were forced to use only one of 2 air runways that they have. Now, what's messed up about it is they've had 8 reports of illegal drone flying near Changi in the past 3 years, and all of them were confirmed to be real drones.
Well, I know that I saw a news a news article that um over in I don't know if it's China or if it's Japan or Singapore, but um the incidence of people flying while inebriated or drunk,
Oh, yes, in Japan. Yes, in
yeah,
Japan.
is like skyrocketing.
Yeah, yeah, and it's strange because you figure all these guys go out and they go out and they go drinking and they say, "Come on, let's go fly our drones." I guess that's how it is, right?
Yeah.
And I'm setting up. I'm actually looking up some because I can't see the chat room. I'm setting up this video. Um, Geeks Vana had he actually put the video up. Okay, concerning they're protesting something in Hong Kong, China right now, and this team Black Sheep. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but the
Yep.
FPV
Yep.
guys
They
in
flew
the
over
room.
top. Yep.
Yeah, they paid a guy to fly. Now, the reason they paid a guy to fly this protest is because the drone laws are completely different in Hong Kong. I
Right.
don't know what they are, but if you can fly over this many people, damn, I want to try it. Because there was supposed to be close to 1 million people out there at this protest, and this guy, it's funny, you see him flying the racing drone over the crowds, because as the crowd's forming and they're getting bigger, he's
Yeah.
going up high and he's showing everything, and then you show him, someone's on the ground taking ground shots, and you see the police coming.
Yep.
So, and he's swooping down over the police and everything. But anyway, if you want to see it, I'll pull it up now. You just got to give me a second to share this screen. Now, do I have to click on me, right? I have to click on me and then go share screen. I got you.
Yep.
Share entire screen. Okay, let's minimize that and go to this window here, and I'll make this full screen. Now, I might have to mute it because of copyright and stuff like that, but this is Team Black Sheep, and I'll kind of narrate through it. Can you see it fine?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, this is in Hong Kong now. They're just starting to gather for this rally, whatever they're protesting. And this guy, of course, he's using the crossfire, which has very good range, and the signal punches through buildings and everything. But you see all these people, man?
Oh man.
I mean, this is crazy. Now, what's funny about it is I don't know why they were dropping the umbrellas, but is showing, the ground crew is showing how crowded it is, and this guy goes on the show. He's flying over this crowd. There's over 1 million people here. Do you know if he did that in New York,
Oh.
he might, in New York they might, I don't know, they might hang him in front of everybody. Just as an example. Now, people at this right here, people are still coming into the main center where they're supposed to be rioting. This is like the main area to the right. Now, this is cool because he says, well, I'm here flying a crowd. I might as well dive a building, which I thought
Yeah.
was pretty cool too. But now you can see the vast amount of people, even at a larger scale. Now, here come the police. I want you to see that nobody in the police were even worried about this dude in his racing drone. They have, as you see, they have people on the ground and stuff like that. And I just found out that by muting this, I shouldn't get in trouble. But this is how close he's actually flying to the police, over the police.
Wow.
Now, someone on the ground catches them when they fire the tear gas also. Okay, they've pushed the crowd back from this area. You see all this dirt and garbage? There used to be
Right.
people there. They
Yep.
pushed them back. And now they get ready to fire tear gas, but this guy's flying in front of the police. Wait till you see how low he gets down in the smoke. One guy almost gets hit. It's coming up soon. I'll let you know when. He almost gets hit by the racing drone. Hold on. Here it is. Here it comes. He's going through the smoke right now on the right. If he didn't stop running, that racing drone would have cut him up really bad. But
Yep.
just to get back to what we were talking about, could you imagine? Let me stop sharing first. Could you imagine if you tried something like that here in the United States?
Or or Canada for that matter.
Exactly. Please, I don't. I'm scared to know what they would do in Canada to these guys. Oh, I'm serious. Um, I'm trying to see what's happening in the conversation here. But getting back to what I was talking about, I was just in awe because I'm learning how to fly FPV as well. And I know the system that they used
Yeah.
to fly like that without any signal breakup, no interference or anything like that. But to fly a drone broadcasting with a crossfire, technically you're supposed to have a ham radio license
Right.
because you hit the 900 megahertz frequency, and that's the low end of ham radio.
Right.
So
And you also have to wonder what frequencies the police and the authorities are using over there. They could be using the
this
900.
is true too, because if somebody keyed up their microphone, and you could drop out of the sky.
Yeah.
But apparently the police are on a completely different higher frequency. I believe, and someone, if they're in the FPV, correct me if I'm wrong, but 900 starts the ham radio frequency, and these crossfire receivers I believe, are pushing 898 megahertz. So that may put them under the limit, but also close to the edge. There's Val.
Well,
We can't hear you yet.
Sorry, I was working, and then I'm gonna have to leave pretty soon
Oh,
and go work again. So
okay. What's
it's
up,
been.
Val? How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Novice?
I'm good. I'm good. And tonight, Herman is white.
Hi, Herman.
there you go.
See, there it is.
There you go.
There it is. See, I
Right?
would wait. I have to pick on. I have to pick on Paul like I do Herman. So
Because
here
you
we
have to
go.
have
Here
something
we
to
go.
do.
Here we go.
Oh
Is
my
it there?
God.
Is it there you go or there we go?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here
Okay,
we
here
go.
we
Yes, here we
Here
go.
we go.
Roger, I sent you a link too if you want to pop in. Yeah, the Crossfire can push 1 watt broadcasting, but I've seen a Crossfire night train. I've seen a drone go out 4 miles, ride around for about 3 minutes, and then come back. That's a whole 4 miles. Now I don't know how many cell batteries they're pushing to do that, but those batteries have to be primed because lipo batteries explode if you look at them.
Hmm.
I was charging a lipo battery, and to show you what I'm talking about, this little battery right here puffed up to about that big.
go. Wow.
And once you see it starting to puff up, you need to get it outside the house, and it's about to explode. Now, what's funny about these lipo batteries, as soon as this plastic is compromised around, it puffed up to like a little balloon and it popped. And gases start coming out. As soon as oxygen hits one of the cells, it ignites. So I'm imagining this is only a 3 cell. I'm imagining like the guys we know, they're flying 6 cells and 8 cells, and the batteries looks like it's about this thick.
Like a brick. Yeah.
Right, it looks like a brick. Also, they get hot as hell.
Okay.
Night train, 2200 milliamps on 6 and 7 will do way long. Okay, so you can use a 6 or 7 cell to do a 4 mile run.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, Val. Maybe I'll try and find it while we're during the stream. But there's a video of a guy flying a racing drone, and there are trains cutting through the mountains. And I don't know where he is, but he's obviously miles away from where he started. And he actually flies between the train cars while the train is moving, lands on top of the train, relaxes for a while, and then takes off and does some other stuff.
Wow. Wow.
And
I'm not sure that would be in line of sight though, right?
well, you know what? Here's a you're right, but here's a catch 22. Technically, you are using line of sight.
Are you?
You can see through the drone, right?
I'm not sure that's what they mean, but yeah. Hey, Al Diaz, Roger, Mr.
Well,
Crowley,
well,
hi.
all I can say is,
Choo
Val,
choo.
we
Maybe ice
professionals
cream.
fly within the line of sight and or use strobes, right,
That
Herman?
strobes strobes help. Yes, they do.
Mm.
And the other thing that I learned I found interesting is
Hi,
Mi-
Rick.
Mr. Crowley tests his lipo batteries to see if they're charged or what kind of condition.
How does he test them?
He takes the leads and touches them to his
Them
tongue.
tongues.
You know what? See,
Sleeping Bear, hey.
I'm going to tell you, Mr. Crowley and his drone, right there, the title should tell you that he has a special relationship with his drone.
Yep.
If he's licking batteries to test them, and then that's a special. I didn't know that, Mr. Crowley, but I will hide my batteries from you if you ever come around me. Night Train says he took his drone 3/4 of a mile with the regular radio and receiver. And this is what I'm saying with this Tyrannus here. I've seen this Tyrannus go a mile, a
Yeah.
mile and a half. Now, me personally, I want to fly FPV. I don't need the signal strength to go that far. The problem we have here in New York is there's a lot of buildings, and you
Yeah.
need that power to. The R9M module that I plan on putting into my drone, that's supposed to have a 3 mile radius, 3 to 5 mile radius. Okay. I will never go 3 to 5 miles.
No.
And play this back in 5 years. But to know that I have the signal strength to punch through one or two buildings or go down and dive behind a building and come out through the parking lot underground or something, it makes it why you need that much power.
Sure.
So, can
Yes.
I ask you something?
Huh?
Did you ever get a Zoom up working with your OBS?
I have not tried it again, but since you told me that all I had to do was hit record, I believe that it was working. I just needed someone else to join, excuse me, Zoom to see if it came up on screen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If I can, I will do that test again, and when I do, I'll let one of you guys know. And once I can do that, zoom, we go.
Because
Yeah.
we got Roger's on really pretty simple, but the problem with Roger is he doesn't have enough bandwidth to go live.
Okay, so it'll work with him, but once he goes live, that'll suck his bandwidth down.
It just keeps going round in circles on the live.
Yeah,
It,
he doesn't have a
something
fast
about
enough
it
download speed, and your upload has to be at a decent speed as
is the
well.
upload. He just didn't have the upload. It was sad because
Okay.
he was so clear. He looked like he was 40 years old.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, he did.
Well, when he was on your stream the other night, I was like, wow, Roger has dimples.
Yeah.
You know,
And that
because he was so
devilish
clean.
glint he's got going. Dinner bell, what are you having for dinner, Night
Yeah,
Train?
well, you can't say you're having dinner and not telling us
What's
what
for
you're
dinner?
having.
Is it good? Are you inviting us?
Could you imagine? He invite us, we press a button, and we're all at his
Oh,
door.
there. Send
Send
me
your
a
link.
link
Yes, I
again,
will
please.
do that again, Roger. Let me just go.
Night Train is not nice not to share. It's like it's not nice, you know. Share, Night Train. Are you having plummet over for dinner? And then you guys gonna fly tonight? See, in my head, you and Plummet get together and fly all the time. And
Okay,
have
Roger,
fun.
just sent it. Give it a minute or so to get to you, and you should be all right. But to hear that Roger had everything using OBS, oh my goodness, I don't know how to act.
Yeah, he had everything working. We actually got online, but it just wouldn't process now. I'm wondering if part of the reason it didn't process was YouTube was having trouble that night.
True, but you still have to have the bandwidth. So when YouTube hiccups, the bandwidth fills in that spot.
Yeah.
You know, so then, and that's usually what the issue is, because what happens now is I'm live. You see how the pictures look, right? They're half decent. Everything looks hangoutish, okay, compared to Zoom. Once you see Zoom, you get spoiled. But
It is true. You do get
as
spoiled.
a larger stream than me comes on, someone that may have 25, 35, 40 people in their stream, they're going to say, hey, his show only has 10 streaming watching right now. Let's take some of his bandwidth and give it to this guy so he doesn't lag out.
Ah.
That's what YouTube does. And that's why
How
some
did you
days
find that out?
yes, that's why some days you're clear and some days you're not. And then sometimes you could have 4 people in here, 5 people, and everybody looks crystal clear. And then sometimes everyone looks like mud. You're looking through muddy water.
Hey Val, you have to give your announcement about whether you're coming or going.
No.
No.
Nope, I'm waiting for Roger to come on.
Yeah, but whether you're coming or going, make sure you hit that like button.
This is true.
He just did it.
I got 2 dislikes, and I like that very much. One of the dislikes, I'm pretty sure, was from a certain set of people, which we all know about. We won't go into.
Yeah.
Because there's no need. But
there's no need.
You catch any good ships, Paul, over by you? What's happening over there?
I flew 2 ships today, but it was just the quality of the video. I like it when it's blue skies, bright sun, because
those are beautiful.
water reflects the really blue skies real well. And I mean, they were good videos, but they weren't. When you fly enough, you kind of critique them and say, well, yeah, it was good, but it could
have.
Please, you sent me one for Amazon. Oh my God! I'm sorry. I sent you a link for Amazon.
What are you trying to get him to buy?
What happened?
What are you trying to get him to buy? Roger, I just sent you one too. Okay. We'll get John here one way or the other. I was in Top Chat. That's okay. Night Train still didn't tell me what he got for dinner. You know what? I think the dinner bell rang and he just threw down and ran.
Just went for it, so it must be good.
That's okay. I do that sometimes. I'm sorry, Roger. I don't even remember what I was looking at on Amazon that I sent you a link for.
Was it the Amazon story that you had?
Oh yeah. That's what it was. The story that I was going to pull up concerning.
What was the story?
Let me go back to it. Hold on.
There's Roger.
I hear no Roger. Oh, wait a minute.
There's Roger.
Turn your speakers on.
Wait a minute. I'll just check my. That's what I got. Yeah, go speakers. That's the one I got.
Put your phone in.
Okay, hold on.
Lean on this end. We can hear you fine and everything. Thanks for joining us Wednesday night with those guys.
Okay, I hear Novice.
Do you hear me?
I hear you, Paul.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, I was gonna call you, but I'm not now.
Okay, you can hear everybody. Hey, Roger, you're becoming a real tech guru. First, you're on Hangouts, and now you're on Hangouts, messing around with Zoom and OBS.
No, I'm just on Hangouts. There, nothing else. I didn't open nothing else.
No, I know, but I'm saying, remember all the stuff that you said you wasn't gonna do?
Yeah, I know.
Roger would do anything for me. I wanted him to try it, and he did. He was such a trooper because he hates it, but he did it anyway.
Now he hates it even more, right? Now that it doesn't.
No, actually, with Curtis, it wasn't that bad, was it, Roger?
Oh, it went very fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I need to do a test. I'm probably tomorrow I have to work, but maybe Friday at some time and point during the day. It depends. It's raining every day this week, so we haven't been able to fly, but I have to edit a video or start editing a video, but maybe Friday or Saturday afternoon sometime. I just need to do a test in Zoom to see if I have it right. Now, the only way that I can tell is if I invite someone in. I did do a test and I clicked start streaming in OBS and all of that, and it actually recorded a section. I just kept it private so nobody would know I was live.
Yeah. Well, we did that. We put for private and still went on public.
Still went.
How the hell?
I don't know, but all of a sudden all the people were in the chat. Yeah, it was so nice to see everyone, though.
Right.
It really was.
But we put it in private.
So maybe. Well, I haven't gone back to look at it to see if I had any views, because I was like, okay, now that YouTube has changed everything around, I have to remember how to delete that video, because every time you get used to something on YouTube, just like Facebook and everyone else, as soon as you get used to the button being in the upper right hand corner, they move it 2 windows over.
Yeah.
So Roger, you're doing the right thing by staying off of social media, because you'd probably pull what hair you have left out.
So guys, whether you're coming in, going out, or somewhere in between, make sure you hit that like. It'll make Roger happy, Novice happy, Paul happy, Mr. Valley happy, Night Train happy, everybody happy.
Okay, and since I might as well repeat it now so I don't have to in another 5 minutes, but the reason Herman is not here is because he's a defensive coach for a football team here in New York, and his team won in New York City, and they are going to pick up their championship rings tonight. Now, Herman does have the link, and he said, I told him, dude, after you get your ring, go in the corner. Oh, there he is.
Here he is, here he is, there he is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hold on, Paul. You got to say it, Paul. Here we go. Come on, Paul.
Go.
Oh, Paul's busy. Paul's muted.
Anthem.
How's it going, Val?
Can you? Oh, can't hear him. I can't hear him.
That's
You can't hear
okay.
him?
He's
Can
driving.
you hear me?
Okay.
No, we can hear you. I don't know if Roger can hear you. Paul, when Herman came in, you're supposed to go. Here we go.
Here we go.
I know Roger's can't wait to get rid of this Hangouts.
No, it didn't work. It worked. Everything worked fine, but Rogers needs
His
to use
internet.
bandwidth. They say the issue was bandwidth, but everything did work successfully. It's just a matter of bandwidth, him having to split the bandwidth.
Well, and they turned Roger's bandwidth down when they were out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Because it was too powerful for the old wiring in the house of a phone.
Oh, you got to be kidding me! It
No,
was too
no, no.
powerful. So that's not your fault. That's their fault.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got to phone them tomorrow and tell them they put my bandwidth down, so I won't be paying for 10 megabytes a month. I'll be paying for 5 megabytes a month.
Wow. So basically, technically, Roger, with 5 megabits per month, you're not even supposed to be live streaming. That's barely enough to surf the web.
Yeah, I know. Well, before, when Kim would upload a video, I had to close my computer down completely. I couldn't do nothing.
Right.
Now he can upload a video and I can still live stream. I can still.
Okay. All right.
So
You know what's confusing about that to me? That sounds like it's just their technology that they have, because from my knowledge of telephone from telephone school, a telephone line, if you had DSL, should be able to operate what you're doing with no problem.
Yeah. But when they say because they had to turn down the power because the lines, more than likely, they're just being cheap. Hey, what's up, Ricky Dove? And don't
Because a phone is a phone is a phone.
They don't want to
It's
rerun the line.
Well,
It's a pair of wires
Because
that
our
go
line's
in
all
and come out.
So all they would have to do, because they had to do this in my house, is run that wire to the outside of the house, drill through the wall, put it in, and hook it up. It doesn't have to be that hard. I'll do it when I come out for you, Roger.
Yeah, but except
all of our wiring's underground here.
his wiring is all underground.
We can make a hole. No, I'll handle it for you, Roger. Don't worry.
It sounds
Hi,
like Kim is
Bandito.
going to be digging holes out there.
Roger, you have a phone in your house, right?
He does.
Give me a second.
So
I'll be
then
right
it's
back.
all based on
Okay.
it's all based on what they want to give you, because the regular telephone line with a DSL service shouldn't have no problem.
Hi, Bandito. Yeah, it shouldn't have a problem.
Well, Herman Roger calls them at least 3 times a week, and he keeps getting all kinds of stories. How many servers have they sent you out, Roger?
Routers, they sent me out so many routers. I had 3 altogether in the past 3 months, 4 months.
That's their famous Herman. What they do is tell them, "Oh, it must be your router. We'll send you another one."
Well, and here's the deal. If your wires are underground, but we're talking about the wires in the house, not their wires, the wires in the house. How hard could this be? Just go to where it comes in and change the wire. I think I can fix it for you when I'm there, Roger.
See, the problem is, Val, you could probably do that, but you'd have to hook that new wire up to their computer
Yep.
or their relay station.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
but
blew myself
What
out.
I'm trying to say to you is that Roger's problem is not so much the wire, but the signal that they're sending through the wire that is already existing.
Right.
That's the
Yes.
problem. Because
Yes.
the wire that's already existing, unless telephone is done different in Canada than it is done in America, then I don't know how your telephone works. It's a pair of wires that give you a dial tone.
Right.
Oh. You have to
I'm
reset.
gonna call him again tomorrow. Hey, Bandito, how you doing?
I think what they do is they just think of what can I say to Roger that will make him let me leave this house, because I don't want to end up like that inspection guy in the basement. So they tell him whatever, and then they run. I'm sure
The
it's the wire
inspection guy
going
in the
back and
basement.
circling
Oh yeah, Roger's got a mini killing field going on there.
under
The
the
ins-
house. People
The
should not
inspection
mess with
guy.
Roger.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I
No,
came to inspect something. All we heard is a bunch of thumps, and then Roger comes running back going, "Oh my God." Kim came in. Oh, that's done. Oh, we're on live? Yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. He left.
Let me find out. There's a missing person on
Yeah.
Roger's property. Now I
Well,
already
no,
know
that's
Kim's gonna. I already know Kim is gonna be missing when it's time for Val to leave.
I
That's
get
No,
it.
right.
actually, I think Kim is going down to visit Paul when Val goes up there.
That's right. That's what he said, and I'm like, what?
Hey,
You
what's
better
up, boy,
not.
Santiago? How are you?
Hey, Jay.
Well, all
Well,
I
you know,
know
you
is
can't.
I
I
warned
can't see the
Roger.
chat.
Val, I had to warn Roger not to let Kim out of his sight while you're there.
It's just one small stick.
We got lots of woods here. You got lots of big stakes.
Yeah. I
So
think
Herman, are
Kim
you
had
gonna be
this
able to
coming.
sneak online later and show us the ring?
I don't know. It all depends.
No, you gotta just
What
step off in the
time?
corner somewhere and
What
just go,
time it starts in comparison to what time you finish?
oh yeah, that's true too. You have a
What time
valid
does it
point there.
start?
Well, everything starts at 6 o'clock. That's why I'm on my way over there now.
Okay. All right. Well, have fun if you can't go
Well,
live. Have fun. I'm sure somebody will be on somewhere. Broadcast.
according to my father, I should have been there already.
Is there anyone? Yeah, but your father would have you there like at an airport 3 hours before it start.
Here we go.
Yes, Bandito Night Train was here. He's listening. Actually, he's eating dinner, but he is in the lobby.
Is he? How can you tell?
Well, since the last time he well, yeah, you're right. If you don't type anything after you time out, that's something I don't like about YouTube. And you may not have noticed it, but if you don't keep typing continuously, they kick you out of the participants room. So
Oh,
you
he's
never
still
have an
here,
actual
though.
number of how many people are here and how many people are watching from, outside.
Night Train is still here.
Yes, yeah, Night Train FTV still is.
Yeah.
But all I can say
But
is,
I'm still
Herman,
thinking you
have
should
fun
have
tonight.
shared.
Have a few drinks for me.
A few
He's
drinks.
driving.
Well,
Well,
besides that, it's at a
he
high
won't.
school.
He won't be when he gets
Hey,
there.
Val. And
Yeah.
you know what? It is a high school affair, but if I'm not mistaken, when I was in high school, I think they had liquor for the parents.
No.
Yeah, see?
I've never seen that.
Val, you know when I went to high school?
When?
In the 80s.
Yes.
Oh, geez. I went to high school in
Herman
the
and I,
70s.
Herman and I, Val, were talking about this earlier. I was saying how the barber shop out here closes on Monday. So he said that's very old school. They used to do that back in the day when we were younger. So he
Do
said,
it here.
I said, my grandfather used to hang out in the same barber shop and get drunk every night, and him and all the participants would drive home, and no one would have accidents and all of that. And Herman was like, how long ago was that? And I was like, in the 70s. Because there was no DWI in the 70s. If you were caught drinking, the cop would actually take your key and tell you to take a nap, or tell you to pull over and take a nap until it was okay to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they hear it's still closed on Mondays, the barbershop.
They're still closed on Monday?
Yeah.
That is absolutely what we call Hey, Lynn Ann. This is absolutely what we call Canada.
Well, you know what? Our liquor stores used to close on Sundays and some on Sunday and Monday. Now they open 7 days a week till midnight.
Oh,
True.
wow.
That's true. That's true. But they did pass a law allowing them to close 1 day a week, but most liquor stores are open 7 days a week. That's true. But
The business is
right?
there.
only in select neighborhoods.
Ah.
The business
Hey,
is there.
Neighborhoods.
Hey,
What
hey,
happened?
Lawrence, just so you know, Lynn Ann Turney Zelinsky is in here. That's my gal, and she's here to make sure I don't start doing the funky chicken or something, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
Lynn
Hey,
is here.
hey, Lynn. Welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys.
Hi,
And
Lynn.
trust me, we have a leash on Paul.
I have a question. How is she going to stop you from doing that from so far away?
Oh, well, Lynn has her ways. She was a federal agent for 30 years.
Oh, what did she threaten to burn your brownie supply?
Yes. And she'll do it too.
She was a federal agent.
Yes.
She was? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
that means she's still
She
carrying
worked
the heat.
she worked for the Pentagon, and she was in the Department of Investigative Services.
Okay, well then that's very good to know, Paul, because if that would be kind of impressive to go out with a young lady and know she could take someone out with a chop to the neck.
Well, it is,
Right?
but except for here's an instance I'll tell you real quick. We have friends that have a great big huge boat, and we were going up that St. Clair River, heading out to the lake to the beach, and all of a sudden her government phone rang, and she's retired, but she still carries a government phone, and it rang, and somebody on the other end said, "What are you doing leaving the country?" Because we were on the Canadian side, leaving the country without authorization. And she says, haven't you guys got something else better to do?" And they said, and the guy on the phone says, "That's a really nice boat you're on."
Oh,
And
see?
she turned around and she flipped him off up there because he said they had a satellite task on her and they were looking at her.
Well, then that means you need to be very nice to her because
Yes,
from what she typed in the room, she knows how to throat punch.
yes, she does.
Mhm.
Yes, she does.
Like I tell Herman sometimes, if I get into a fight and you could survive me punching you in your neck, you deserve to beat my ass. So she knows about the neck and the throat punch.
Oh yeah, she does.
So I respect that. I can respect that.
You gotta respect a good throat punch.
You
I'm
know
too
what's
old to be
good about
fighting.
that? You know what's good about that? They always work.
Yep,
There is no fail to that.
that's
I'm
right.
too old to be fighting.
Exactly. That's why you need to know how to punch someone in the throat.
Nah, man, I believe in making them fight the operating table. I'm too old to be fighting.
Yeah, that's true
That's
too.
the truth.
That's true.
Nah, end it quick.
But
Throat punch and God can come back.
that's, well, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
For a while,
If
and he'll be sipping teeth for a few months too.
if it catch him right, take him a while to figure out how to breathe again.
Oh my
Who's
God.
Roxy attacking, Roger? Sounds like Roxy's attacking someone.
That's right. Roxy takes care of that house.
Herman's going through road rage.
Uh-oh.
Yo, we got too many idiots on the road.
Bigger. Night Train, that is the truth of it.
Well,
That
anyway,
is
Lynn
the truth.
Ann, we appreciate you coming to Wednesday nights with those guys. I'm actually, me and Paul are actually covering for Herman, who's driving to board
Yep.
service tonight, and Val's here just to snap the whip to make sure we stay.
Yeah, I'm the beautiful sidekick, Lynn.
Yeah.
So what we talking about tonight?
We were talking about how Wally World has more patents on drone parts. Oh shit, Justin just said I didn't get the link. how Walmart
Oh,
has more
Justin.
drone patents than anyone else, more than Amazon, And
Yeah.
these drone patents are just on customized drones and pieces and parts. So when the FAA goes, is this drone waterproof and 50-mile-per-hour wind? They can go here. We have one. I'm sorry about that, Justin. I forgot all about you, but he did say he would come in about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So let me send him a link.
Well,
And
the
Yeah,
interesting thing is about Lynn is her daughter is an executive with Walmart.
oh, get out of here.
Yep.
so does that mean we have an end to?
A 20% discount?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why they put this in my backpack. It's supposed to be my daughter got this. I cannot figure out how this works.
Well, Val, I'm
That looks-
so glad. I'm so glad that
That
What is that, Val? A slingshot?
I'm
that
not
looks
going to say what it looks like to me.
that looks like an exotic dancer's costume to me.
Lynn,
See, there it
Lynn,
is. Paul said,
handle them.
Paul
Handle
said,
them.
I was thinking. I
Val,
was just thinking
what is that? A slingshot?
No,
No,
it's some jewelry thing.
that's her exotic dancer outfit.
No, Lynn's gonna get you. You're gonna be so sorry, Paul.
Let
You're
me
gonna be crying.
find out, Val. You're moonlighting as a belly dancer.
Hey
Oh
guys,
no,
I'm
nobody
gonna-
wants that.
I'm gonna let you go, guys. I'll be see you later.
What
Okay.
happened?
Where you going, Ryan?
My son's here, so I gotta.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
hi Mario.
Tell
All
Mario.
right, Roger.
Yeah.
Hi Mario. Bye Mario.
Bye, Roger.
Bye.
No,
What's
unless
up?
she resides in my house. She doesn't.
What's going on, everyone?
You're a little low on volume, but we're good.
Really?
The Valium?
Yeah, the boys are acting up, but Lynn's handling Paul.
Ooh, I missed all the fun.
Yeah.
Well, you know what,
You wanna
Paul?
know
Lynn's
what?
a really nice guy. You're a lucky guy to have
Paul's
her
a
be
great,
your gal.
Paul's a great guy. He's
Well, it did look a slingshot, though.
What's that, Herman?
I just don't understand this.
Hey, Val, stand up and we'll tell you where to wear it.
What the, Paul? You. I am gonna have Lynn throat punch you.
Okay.
I said it did look like a slingshot.
Where do you get? Look at all this. What in the hell? Look at all this. What in the world?
We're featuring
This is
you
a
now.
necklace. I don't
Oh,
understand
yeah,
it.
Val. That's the exotic outfit. Yep.
Paul,
No, this is
put a
not.
sad face. You're one strike.
Don't it look like a slingshot, Paul?
Well, actually,
Hey, watch it. Paul already got one sad face. He's only allowed two more.
yeah.
What
Two more
happened?
sad faces. Paul's
Lynn's gonna take care of him. I'm just gonna
What you say,
laugh.
Paul?
In the chat, Lynn put a frowning face.
and you only get three
Oh.
strikes, so two more, and then you got to get offline.
Yeah, Lynn and I are buds now.
See, Night Train says that's a 1950s stripper jewelry.
Yeah,
What the
exactly.
night train?
Yo, Lawrence,
Well, it does look. It does
you know
look
what a
a little bit.
slingshot is?
Yes.
Yes.
Not the
I
weapon.
think I wasn't raised in the 1950s.
I've never, hey,
so-
Herman, I've never seen a bejeweled slingshot before.
The fact that you know the word
Not the
bejeweled.
weapon.
Well,
Oh,
Lynn
yeah,
says,
I
how does
did
Night
know.
Train know what a 1950s stripper jewelry looks like?
Yeah,
And-
that's.
and-
I'm wanting to know the same thing. I got some questions. I'm going to need to interview Night Train again because evidently he was holding out on us.
Actually, Al, I think that's the first portion of your I Dream of Jeannie stuff.
Hold it, Val. Right there, you slip your left arm through,
Yep.
and then you bring it around behind you.
No, what the hell? No, it's a necklace. It is. I know it.
Uh-huh.
It's my daughter's, and someone said here, and they put it in my backpack. Take this to your daughter, and it did not look like this bunch of garbage. I mean, this weird
Val,
stuff. It
Val,
looked good when it went
Val.
in.
Those guys. Stripper.
hold on a second,
Okay,
Val.
Val.
I'm
I'm gonna
done.
We
tell you
believe
right
you,
now.
but how big is her neck?
My daughter's neck is not this big.
Is there something we should know, Val?
I don't think. I'll
You
call
can
her.
tell us.
I'll call her and tell her you guys are wanting to know and let her. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. I'm just going to hand it to her and say, I didn't
And
mean
Val,
that.
right there, you just ruined it by putting it in a ball because now she has
Yeah.
to detangle it.
Not just untangle it, because otherwise, plus, or you're going to have to untangle it after hours when you put that costume on.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Lynn, how do you deal with this? How do you deal? Because, oh, my God. Poor Lynn. Just probably has a headache every day.
Oh, hey, Night Train says when he was younger, his father sold jewelry at swap meets. He used to have to untangle all the chains.
Ugh.
What's up, Adrian Lee? How are you, man?
Hey,
Glad
Adrian.
you're back on this part of the hemisphere, down in the islands.
The night train, that was a good recovery, my friend.
And I live at
What is
mine.
the actual
You know
topic
what?
that
That
we're
is a
talking
good
about
way
today?
to do that, Lynn.
What did you say, Justin?
I said, what is the actual topic that we're talking about?
Well, we did start out talking about drones, but then Val pulled out this belly dancer, Jules.
No, it's not. Oh, my
So
God.
is Val dancing? Do we have to get a super chat going?
Oh, my God. No, we are not seeing that. Believe me. Believe me, you don't want to see
Now,
that.
see, if Val danced, I would send money to myself. Val, I'd have to send money to myself for you to get up and down. That would, and hold
I'm
on.
gonna leave that alone.
I'm sure Justin could find some appropriate music.
What's up, Jay Santiago?
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Oh my
In
God.
fact, we're gonna see. Can I send something to myself? Let's see.
You could. And here's the thing, the good thing about it. You lose money as you do that.
Right, because it's crazy. Why?
Because you take $50 and they'll take their percentage and give you what's
Right, and
left.
you're technically losing. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Hey, Adrian Lee has 2 dancing figurines, Val, and some wine.
I saw that. I'm trying to see if they have one where they do something other than what I thought. What is that? That's a peach. That looked like something else.
What did he think it was, Val?
Don't ask. I'm scared.
So,
I was
Justin,
scared.
how's the operation on the bird coming?
Getting there. I got just mapping everything out correctly and just sorting it. I should be done.
Hey, see, you guys may not have noticed, but Paul had to step away for a second.
Yeah, because Lynn's killing him.
Wait, look what he got.
Hey, Val.
Hold on,
Hey, Val. Here you go. I'm gonna play for you to dance, Val.
Val.
Lynn, handle him.
He actually went and got an instrument to play. Hold on, Adrian Lee says money. All right.
Oh
Val.
my God. Oh my God. He's always so bad. I would just say ignore Paul.
Ignore Paul. You know what? I have found out that for some reason, wherever Paul seems to go lately, he experiences technical difficulties.
Yeah.
It's
Is that because Val is there?
That's right. Might be. I'm not sure.
It probably is. Hold on now. Let me see. Now I was supposed to be talking about. Hold on.
Drones?
Yeah. That's just but we digress. For those of you who have never been here before, like Lynn, this is supposed to be a drone-based live stream, and then every now and then we go squirrel and switch to the left. But since Val put the chains away, with the conversation's going back to where we started from.
We're hoping. That little figurine there is Paul.
Well, Paul's got to earn that manager money, you know.
That's right.
He's definitely got to earn that manager money. I don't have a whole lot of news. I did everything early. I really did everything early. The drone flight on the Singapore airport. What the hell?
Somebody got to dance. That's the problem. Somebody needs to dance.
Oh, God.
Val,
Yeah.
he's trying to get you to dance. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I
Herman.
gave that little figurines dancing.
Thank
There,
you
that's
so
all
much.
it
Let's see, Val, you could do that while he plays the horn.
Who's the, now who's doing what dancing?
Val's trying to ignore Paul, but eventually, if you're in a barber shop long enough, you get a haircut. So come on, get it over with. Paul, if you keep on, she can't help herself. It's okay. It's okay. I learned more than you know. Even
Where'd
Herman's
Val go?
adjusting his camera to watch you dance, Val.
Where'd she go?
See?
She's there.
She's here. She's ignoring.
All I see is a picture.
She's
she's-
ignoring all of us.
Okay.
She's speechless.
You don't see me?
Okay, Ralph, here we go. Ready?
I'm gonna do that dance my little figurines doing. That is so sad.
Paul, I hate to say this, but I've heard wounded animals before, and you were pretty close. You were
What, the
pretty
sound of
close.
that thing, right?
Well, it looks like
Please enjoy the wonderful music that's coming.
Hey Val,
Enjoy
quick question.
Yeah.
Quick question. If Paul uses the sock puppet, will you dance for the sock puppet?
I will not dance with the sock puppet. My life is already pathetic enough.
You're not moving?
Night Train says he recognized that tune. Hey, Night Train, someone was in here earlier looking for you. I forget what his name was.
All right, well, let me get it out of the sidewalk.
Oh, all right. So Herman, you're already there, so I guess you're gonna have to break out.
Yeah. It's 6:06.
Oh, do you have your cardboard with you? You're doing break dancing? What? Break out?
Hey Herman,
Yep.
Yeah.
you got cardboard with you so you can do a break dance when you get the ring?
What happened?
Do you have your cardboard with you so when they give you a ring, you can drop it down and do a spin?
Yeah, okay.
Here we
We
go.
want to see it.
Wait for me.
See you next time.
Hey, when you're
Here we
spinning,
go.
hold your ring up so we can see it. So we know it's you.
Hello? You can hear me?
Yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah?
I think he's losing signal because he's
Okay.
in some kind of parking structure.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, hold on.
And Herman says, so can everybody here.
Herman,
Sign
Can
said
you
I
hear
sponsored
us?
for the place.
Yeah, his picture's going out. Now he's sideways. I think he's
Hold on.
Herman.
Hello?
yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Hey, what happened to my?
We can hear you going. We can't hear you. But I see Justin has left. It looks like his box is grayed out or something. Oh, he's still there.
back.
I
He's
closed
back.
OBS by mistake.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Herman,
Well, I'm getting
can
ready
you
to go
hear
inside.
us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm getting ready to go inside this place. And
Okay,
Val,
Herman.
you can't come, Val. So
How come? Because I can talk to everyone. Here comes Herman. Herman's on his way.
We
you
got
got Val snorting, Herman.
We got a snort, Herman.
You got her snorting.
That'd be so much fun.
Anyway, have a great evening, Herman, if we don't see you.
no, I'm here by myself, actually.
Now he's having conversations with other people and us at the same time.
Yes.
He's got some young girl wants to take him to
Okay.
dinner.
No, don't say that. You're going to get Herman beat up.
Y'all got jokes. Check this out. Let me make sure I'm in the right place, and I'll get back to you guys if I can.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
later.
bye, Herman. I could sing that
Okay.
song when you enter the building again. Herman's on his way. Here comes Herman. No? I don't question our sanity. I question Lawrence's sanity by asking us in.
No. See, it was your job to sit here and make sure we stayed on the right track.
Yeah. Herman
You're
already
right, McLean. Night cream, she made herself snort. You're right.
Yeah.
Usually someone else makes her snort. She made
Yeah.
herself snort. Wait a
Yes.
minute.
Herman's
Back.
still with us.
Herman's back. Hold on. I think he didn't cut his video on though.
Okay, you gotta turn your video on so we can make fun of stuff.
Yeah, you got to cut your camera on so when you do that break dance, we can all see it.
Uh-oh. I'm hearing the cardboard hit the ground.
Just-
Now Herman is getting ready for the plunge.
and Herman's about to attempt the triple axel. Could you imagine?
I love that.
Could you imagine? To see Herman do a triple axel, I would be done. I couldn't walk after that.
Well, I finally get it, Lawrence, why you nicknamed him Skinner.
You do know you have issues, right, Paul?
Yes.
I just want to make sure you realize that. That's all. But
Well,
it's all right.
That's why Lynn always follows me around and lurks and keeps an eye on me.
Well, I think, guys, if you pay attention, Herman has changed into his tights and is approaching the mat.
Oh, he's gonna have to go back.
As he approaches the mat, he addresses the ball and does a triple somersault. Perfect.
Wait a minute, he's doing a worm. Oh, he's taking it to the next level.
All right, you guys got me a tear, and he can't defend himself because his camera won't come back on.
I'm hoping he doesn't have it in his ear.
No, I can hear him. I don't think he has the camera on. I don't think he realizes he cut it off. All right. Let me text him that he's still alive. I don't think
It looks like those tights are stretched a little bit too far.
If you notice the tights Herman is wearing, they were designed by Gloria Vanderbilt.
Approaches the man.
Oh my God.
And the judges,
Notice the flame pattern of the tights.
the judges are poised to score the spinner.
You never ended the broadcast. You're still live. We can hear everything. Muffled. Yeah, because all we hear is him shuffling around and it's the phone in
Him
his
sitting on the cardboard. That's all we see.
pocket. What happened? I muted him. I had to mute. But I hope he watches this over because
I hope not.
that's funny.
All of us next time.
Hold on.
Paul's
hold
in
on.
his broadcasting, and he's ready to go on.
This has been brought to you by Lawrence Novice Squad, where you can go and learn everything you ever needed to know for life.
We have to. I see. I'm trying not to kick him out. I want to see if he takes the phone out of his pocket, and well, he'll have to unmute himself if he does. I just sent him a text letting him know he never left. I can eject him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he can't come back in if you do.
He can't
No,
never come back.
no,
Yeah.
then I won't do that. Then I won't do that. In case he decides to try and pop back in. Anyway, this was supposed to be Wednesday nights with those guys, and seemed to have gone astray from the sling from the 1950s
Belly dancing. Yeah.
jewelry
Yeah.
to the Herman doing somersaults across the floor after getting his ring. What
Oh, there we
happened,
go.
Al? You shut
I
yourself
don't
up.
know. It just went off. I think Herman did it. He must have listened to part of the stream.
Well, he still has the earpiece in, so I'm wondering if he could actually hear us. I don't know.
I hope not.
I,
And if you can, Herman,
I can
Paul
almost,
made me do it.
I
It wasn't
can,
my fault.
I can
It's
almost,
Paul.
I can almost hear him say, "Here we go."
Right, right.
So, Justin, what's good? Maybe you got some kind of drone news or something that can get us back on track here, since we seem to have gone astray.
Oh, hi, Phantom Hodges.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. Phantom Hodges, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. We don't care if you come in late. We don't care if you come in early. The fact that you came is very much appreciated.
And some of us are still thinking about Herman in those tights.
Hold on a second. I don't know who this is. Let me mute myself.
You can't control yourself. I don't know.
Hey,
I haven't heard much of
Lauren, you do know you're muted, right?
Yeah, he muted himself.
Yeah, he muted himself because he got a phone call. Might be from Herman. Supposed to be my show. What are you doing?
Hi, Phantom
He's
Hodges.
checking to see what color tights he's wearing. That's what it's going.
Yeah, Phantom Hodges, what are you having for dinner? Hey, Mike.
I'm back. I'm sorry. It was hey Mike Roach, how are you? It was actually my daughter's working for the first time with the summer youth, and
Oh,
they
nice.
just gave me a call saying that she starts work Friday.
Nice.
That'll
Ooh, bacon
that'll
and
be
eggs.
good
That's
because
good.
me being the kind of person that I am, I would have waited for her to get her check and asked how much she had and what did she plan on buying, and then said, now you have to pay rent. No, I'm playing. I wouldn't do that to her. I
How
wouldn't.
old's your daughter?
15, the lovely 15.
Mm.
The 15, and I stress lovely 15 because I've already told her if you were a boy, I would have punched you.
Oh God.
Good
Yeah.
kid. She's a
15.
great kid though. She does good in school. I can't complain. She does really good in school. She's doing what she's supposed to, except keeping her room clean.
Oh, yeah. That if that's the only thing you ever worry about, you're doing really good.
What's up, Phantom Hodges? How are you? How's it going?
He's having Canadian bacon, eh?
Nope, American.
It says Canadian bacon.
Oh.
No, he's just trying to make Roger happy because he's nice to Roger.
Okay. All right. That's understandable.
Have you talked about why the Mavic Pro first version is $1,000 still?
What you know why the Mavic Pro is still $1,000? Because of the taxes, the tariffs that were imposed on China. So they decided to turn around and hit us back in the head and say, all right, you know that brand new remote control DJI came out with? Well, it's $150 more.
Yep.
You know, because even Bang You Good, where I get some of my drone equipment from, even Bang You Good is going up on their prices. But I do know that they have a Bang You Good here in the United States, and that has much better service than, of course, getting your stuff from China. The only problem is they're not too big.
Yeah, they don't have much stuff.
Yeah, the United States doesn't have much stuff. But I may have Justin. I may have burnt out my VTX on the Sinwhoop.
Ooh,
Yeah, on my video, and I was talking about it earlier, and from what Paul and Night Train said, it sounds like I burnt out the video graphics card, which is not bad because once I get back from the drone convention on the 27th of this month, I can start focusing on trying to do some reviews and stuff like that. Right
nice.
now, I can't do it because I'm trying to make sure that we have a decent time, or I have a decent time when I get down there to the drone convention. I've never been to one. So that's what's making it special for me. And the fact that the wife said I could go, I'm out.
Right. Nice, 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 nice.
I brought it up to her thinking that she would object to me going. And she's like, so how long are you going to be? And I had only planned on going for one day. So now Herman and I are going to be there 2.5 days.
Oh, wow.
Now, Billy Kyle says that he might be able to make it. He doesn't know Thursday or Friday, but he has to take his girl to the airport on Saturday. But he's going to try and make it. And we're trying to get Justin to come down because Justin works that day. But Justin, you look like you're feeling ill. You may be coming down with something by the 27th. You know, I'm hoping that you're okay to drive at least, not to make it to work, but you can drive.
It's gonna be hard because I have to do a wedding. I got a photographer take pictures at a wedding.
Oh, you have to take pictures at a wedding. Wow. Well,
That's a valid excuse.
So,
Would they mind going to Atlantic City to have their wedding?
right?
that would work.
Exactly. Adrian Lee says Novice Quad. As soon as she says yes, just take off before she changes her mind. Well, we've already booked a hotel room, so we're gonna get there Thursday, and we're gonna try and get there early Thursday, and get our tickets for the convention, and hopefully we'll see some guys there from New York. If not, we'll be there representing. If Billy Kyle can make it, that would be pretty cool too. But I'm basically going there to fly. I mean, we're going to buy tickets for the convention for the whole time of the conventions there. But hey, what's up, EBR? My main objective is to fly Atlantic City.
Oh,
They have
nice.
some really, really nice sunsets, and with those mirrored hotels and stuff, it's quite impressive there. I could get enough footage for a couple of weeks.
With the drone convention, there should be a lot of drones in the sky. Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm thinking because I know all of the hotels, all of the hotels are booked up. We got where we will be in the Tropicana, and it's funny because the way pricing goes, for the price Herman and I got for the 2.5 days, which means we get there Thursday and we leave Saturday morning, about 11, 12 o'clock, whatever time checkout is. But if you stay until Sunday, it jumps from one price to about $1,200, $1,500 just to stay that extra day. So
How come on Sunday? Oh, Saturday night.
we're leaving right because it's Saturday night. The crowds that come in to gamble and stuff. The convention will be half over. Sunday will be its last day, and everybody who wanted to see and everything they wanted to see would have seen it by Saturday at least.
Mm-hmm.
But we will be there, and all invites are welcome. Whoever wants to come along, they're more than welcome to come along. Hey, Paul, you falling asleep on us?
No, I was just watching the neighborhood. The question: did you tell Val that you have which hotel you're going to be at? Because you have reservations for the presidential suite, right, at the top floor.
Man, I wish. If that was the case, we'd be flying from there.
Right?
Okay, guys, I got to go to work, but I thank
Work
you
butt?
so much for asking me to come in.
Hey,
Justin, bye.
Val, what's a work butt? What's work? I got to go to work butt. Work butt.
No. Go away. Anyway, Lynn,
Thanks,
you
Val.
handle him tonight, okay? You just smack him. Okay, Lawrence. Bye, Paul.
I'm angelic, Val. I'm
I know
angelic.
you keep telling me that. Bye, Jay, Eber, all you guys. Bye, Mike. Now, Diaz. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye now.
Bye bye.
Later. Yes, ma'am. See, Paul, you're gonna get smacked up later. I don't know how or why, but if you feel a smack out of nowhere, don't question it. Just turn the other cheek.
I noticed Lynn hasn't been commenting. It makes me nervous. Maybe she's on her way here. I don't know.
Was Lynn, I remember you were on in some stream, I think either Herman's or Val's, and somebody was standing in the background. Was that Lynn?
No, that was a friend of mine stops by.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't see the face or anything. All I saw was like pants and part of a shirt and
Yeah,
on camera, and I saw you pointing to the screen after you muted yourself.
Yeah.
Well, it's 6:24 p.m. We have a little over a half hour to go. We have a
He's
chat room full of people. Any topics you guys want to talk about, drone related or semi non-drone related?
I mean, I looked up stuff. The only latest thing was China is starting to DLH drone deliveries. That's the only thing that's going on.
China's doing what? We could barely hear you.
DHL.
China is doing drone deliveries.
Oh, with DHL, yeah, they actually have an office you can walk into, and you give them your package, and he goes out behind the door. It's like the westerns. You see a fake front.
Yeah.
And he goes out the back. It looks like a big building, and then he goes out the back, and you see a drone take off with your package. Then that was the story I did with DHL launching, the guy putting it in a box, and to open it at the end, they did a retinal scan to show he was an actual employee, and then the box opened up.
Wow.
I think I could find that. Hold on, let me see what I could do here. Hold on, because we still have a little bit of time to kill. And
Al Diaz wants to know who's going to be at the Jersey Drone Convention.
that's where we're going, Al Diaz. Phantom Herman and I are going to be there. Oh, who are the speakers? Oh no, that I could not tell you. I honestly could not tell you. I was hoping someone from the FAA or somebody of grave importance would have been there. Hey, old guy in a drone, what's up, dude?
Hey, Mitch.
How are you? Would you believe I'm looking? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 live streams going right now. One is Rena Sanders, one is Nomadic Bike, whoever that is, Blazed Radio, who I've seen in Pulsar Studios, and Happy Lux. All of those people I've seen inside Pulsar Studios. But I'm looking for that DHL video. Drone delivery video. Hold on, let's see if this is it. Yeah. E-hang. Yes, I do have it. Let me just set it up and we could actually show it. Let's see.
For more stuff. See if I can find
Oh, here it is. Yeah. I have it set up. Just give me a second to share it, the screen. And I have to mute audio, so just bear with me. And that's only because if we play anything, then you kind of it crosses over to copyright infringement or something to that effect. You guys can see the screen?
Yep.
Okay, this is DHL's drone delivery commercial. And E-hang is behind this. Well, I thought I muted it. Hold on. There we go. I'd rather talk over it. Apparently, you're given some kind of code or pin to walk up to one of these drone delivery machines. And so far, they're only taking envelopes up to a certain weight and small boxes. But once you verify who you are, as you see, there's more than one package in there. Now, who's to stop the person from taking out that package and putting just theirs in? But here you have DJI's #1 bird. They are using it already in China, I believe. Yeah. And it's basically a kiosk. You would walk up to it, put your whatever you want inside, and I guess once it's full or after a certain time, it would just take off and go to where it is. This particular pilot, all right, I don't understand what the hell it's saying, blah, 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 blah. Let's see if we can get past this. Here we go. From that picture, that drone didn't look too stable. But maybe that's just me.
It looks like it's superimposed on the picture.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. All right, but this is supposed to be their crew. I guess once it's in the air, a pilot would take over, or maybe a pilot would actually launch it from the box. I don't know what these guys are talking about. I'm trying to get past that bit, but my screen share, oh, I didn't know I could move that. Here we go. Wherever the hell they're going to, I'm guessing there's another box at the other end. And think about it, as big as that box is, what if a gust of wind came up and hit that thing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to skip past all these parts and go show it landing, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Okay, it locks it in, and and it takes that compartment out. All right.
Well then, but how? See, it's got 3 envelopes there. How does it sort? Oh, they sort it.
Yes. They actually know that that particular delivery is there, and apparently only DHL employees can use it. But didn't they show a girl in regular clothes?
Yeah.
So I guess not. I guess if you're a member of DHL, drone delivery, whatever, I don't know, whatever the hell they're offering, but I'm guessing that once they do that, let me get off of here.
Looks like almost like a high school thing.
Yeah, right. With it kind of does. It looks like a vending machine,
Yeah.
like a regular vending machine. But the video that I had showed, they were actually showing an DHL employee using a retinal scan. So I guess if you lose your card, you can burn your eyeball out a couple of times.
Yeah. Mike had a great comment. He says, "Don't they have fax machines in China?"
I know, right? They spent all that money on the envelope and everything just to send it from one place to another.
Yep.
But from what I'm guessing, if you looked at it, anyone with that DHL card could probably put something in a box. But once it opened, there was an envelope in there. Who's to say you couldn't take that envelope out and put one in?
Yeah,
exactly. I guess they would know, but they would know who it is because you're accessing the machine.
Yeah.
So I could see that also, but
on video probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike Rose says it looks like a photomat. Remember those?
Yeah.
You remember the photomat machines?
Yep.
Yes. That's exactly what the hell it looked like.
And other than that, I don't think.
What happened, Justin?
I mean, that would be good for something for like in New York City, where someone has, instead of having a dude on a bike ride around and rushing the other side of town.
If you have it on the roof of your building, yeah.
Roof to roof, something like that would make sense,
But still, it isn't like a bicycle messenger where he walks in and says, "Sign this," and hands it to him. They're going to have to go either outside and get it, or up on the roof to get it, or.
Now, see, I could see that going in Manhattan from roof to roof. My only problem is that would only ensure that that building would have access to that particular machine. You know, that photomat machine, which is what it looks like. But it should be interesting because right now I found out, that was the story I was trying to find. I was looking for that. Let me find where the hell it is. Hold on, because videos are still showing, and I didn't want to lag out or something. Okay, in the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, ESA, I guess that's their version of the FAA, has finally came up with the perfect drone industry flight plan, meaning that they finally come to the conclusion that we can fly our industry drones at this height, and we can have a commercial aircraft at this height, and the hobbyists can fly at this height. Now, they don't go into detail as to say what heights they are, but I'm actually going to copy this link if you want to read it in a little more detail. But from what I understand, and I just briefly read through it, right now in Europe, they are the only ones in the drone industry that have allowed an airspace for drone highways, an airspace for commercial, planes, etc., and an airspace for hobbyists. Whereas here in the United States, they are still trying to figure out where the hell the industry drones are going to fly.
Yeah.
So for all it's worth, if I have to, I might have to move to Europe.
Isn't Europe more
Speaking-
strict there?
What happened?
I think Europe is more strict because for you to fly, you gotta put cones. Like if you go fly to a park in Europe, I could have sworn you have to put cones in the area you're supposed
Yeah,
to.
you have to rope off your area, but what's wrong with that?
You have to have a sectional map with you and everything of the area.
Okay, well, it's getting like that here.
There's certain.
It's getting like that here. In fact, talking about sectional maps, Paul,
Uh-huh.
that look familiar?
Yes.
That looks familiar there? Okay. It's hard to do with, well, there we go. But this is what we're going for. So it's just a matter of time before, if you do not have your 107 in the United States and you're caught flying, you could possibly go to jail.
Well, the other interesting thing is that the FAA announced that they are now designating Department of Homeland Security and the FBI as their enforcement agency.
Yes. And who better than Homeland Security and the FBI to enforce the FAA rules? Because FBI can cross state lines and be in anyone's jurisdiction and still have rule over everything. So
Yep.
can Homeland Security. So I can see the purpose in that. I mean, I could see the FBI being in Jersey today and then tomorrow crossing over into New York and handling business without any issues. And as far as you FPV guys, and believe it or not, Paul, I'm coming to the conclusion that pretty soon, unless you're flying FPV, it's going to be hard as hell to fly a camera drone. I mean, just as a hobbyist to go out and buy a drone and
Yep.
not be able to go anywhere but an AMA park, who's going to spend $2,000, $1,800, $1,500?
And if you're going to be commercial, you're going to have to learn the ropes of all the different hoops to get authorization to fly. That's what's going to come.
Yeah.
Right. But becoming 107 a licensed 107 pilot, you have to know that anyway to pass the test.
Yep.
So it's not anything major as far as
So
what we need to know.
my question with the Lance app, and let's say you're 107, you put your information in there. Do you get instant access to fly?
Instant access. 107 license, you get instant access through Lance. Yes. Yes. And I know that because Eddie Nunez, he's 107. Xavier, he's 107. And a couple of places where I've seen people take off from, if you were not 107, you would probably get tased.
Yep. And you also
Diaz says yes, instant access.
but you have to, there's a process you have to pre-register so that the Lance system recognizes you instantly, not just like typing in a whole bunch of like my name, my address.
Oh, no, you have to send. You have to
Yep.
send in information, your 107 license number. Hey, what's up, Chris Hope? You have to send in a lot of stuff, Justin.
Yep.
Yeah, with
Yep.
the Lance app, like I'm logged in with my DJI account, so I could send for authorization. But once I get my 107, then I'll get instant access. You try
Yep.
it as a hobby.
Once you get your 107 and you send in that information, Lance should pull up your information in a database and say, okay, he's registered 107. Let's give him authorization to fly. Let's send him that little notice. Are you sure you know what the hell you're doing? And you click yes, and then you can fly.
Yep.
But supposedly they're supposed to be working on a recreational or hobbyist version of Lance. Now, how long is it going to take to come out with? I don't know. Kitty Hawk is supposed to be taking the task on. I think Herman did a story on it. Old guy says, I use Air Map and get clearance right away.
Air Map?
But where are you getting clearance at? I mean, It depends on the area. Air map I've tried here in the metropolitan area, and air map tells me no fly zone here, no fly zone there, but you can fly in this corner if you stand on one leg and spin 3 times.
Oh,
You know?
your mission, all of this stuff.
Send your info to Lance apps like Kitty Hawk or Air Map, and then you get cleared. So what you're saying, Aldi, is when you fly, to link your drone through DJI, use Kitty Hawk. Now I have Kitty Hawk here, and I have Air Map, and Air Map right now. I'm trying to wait for it to load.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
It's showing me in a blue zone right here. Now, if I squeeze out, that's because, well, that's too much. There's an international airport not far from me. I can see that. The red area is a national wildlife preserve where you can get some very, very high fines for flying. $3,000, $5,000 fine if you're caught flying in that red area. But this is what New York looks like. I'm going to try and shrink it down. The blue dot in the circle down here is me. And all of that's JFK International. Over here is LaGuardia Airport. There's the no-fly zone over Manhattan. And then there's one somewhere that looks like that's in New Jersey. That's Newark Airport. So
all of Manhattan is a no-fly, right?
yes, it is. But I'm going to show you something. All of Manhattan is a no-fly zone. But if you look right here, that lower tip of Manhattan is not in the no-fly zone. And that's also the Freedom Tower. That's also the Freedom, which I find very strange. All of lower Manhattan is wide open and is not in a no-fly zone. But if you're caught flying in Manhattan, Homeland Security will take your drone. They will tase you. I don't know what the hell will happen, but I don't want to get caught flying in Manhattan. But there are ways you can fly Manhattan and get away with it. And that is if you're in New Jersey and you fly across, as long as you don't cross the 250 to 300 foot mark of the border or the actual the edge of Manhattan where land starts, you have to be 250 to 300, maybe even 350 feet out. And you can get shots in Manhattan, but just don't cross over into Manhattan. I would not suggest it. Now, I have something here. I'm going to show you a clip. And this clip right here was shot in Manhattan, okay, at the Freedom Tower. And that is actually me flying. Now, the only way that you can do this, and I stress, the only way you can do this is if you are a 107 pilot or you're flying under the hire of a 107 licensed pilot.
Right.
Okay. Because a lot of people say, oh, you flew in Manhattan. You know what? Yes, I did fly in Manhattan, but you never took the factor to find out if I was 107 or I was flying under 107 pilots.
Right.
For hire, how they do. I forget the exact term for it, but
Crew, you're part of the flight crew.
right, you're part of the flight crew. And this particular guy asked me to fly his drone for him on certain scenes that he was looking for because he was not an urban flyer. And that's how I got hired to do that. So he says, well, we still have an hour and a half here under my waiver. Why don't you go fly? And that's how I got personal footage myself.
Yeah, because the PIC can always hand over command to a pilot as long as the PIC is still in command.
Right, as long as he's still in command and he's in 100% charge of everything going on. Once he got the shots he wanted, I was able to fly under his waiver, totally legal. Now, I am not a 107 licensed pilot. I'm studying for it now. Thus the sectional map. But this is how I was able to fly in Manhattan. And once people now, I know there are not millions, but there are thousands upon thousands of videos of people flying in Manhattan. And I can almost guarantee you 60% of them are illegal. The 40% that are flying under 107 and stuff like that, praise goes to you. I mean, you guys are doing the right thing. But yes, man, to answer to your question, Manhattan is a no-fly zone unless you are a commercial 107 licensed pilot.
Well, where that helicopter crashed, was that a no-fly zone for helicopters?
Yes, yes. In fact, where he crashed was a few of, I'd say 3 to 5 blocks from Trump Tower.
Ah,
Trump Tower is a no-fly zone because that's his building, that's his home.
the president's
Okay.
residence. Yeah.
Often, also, they don't say this and they don't tell you this on the news, but a lot of times his wife is here in New York with her kid.
And the kids, yep.
Right. So they have to make that a no-fly zone. And he was maybe 3 to 5 blocks away from there. Now they're trying to pass a law. How did they know it was you, Al Diaz? Oh, Homeland agents are no joke. 2 came to my house in 2014. I was flying under the Levi Stadium during its construction. Well, Jay Santiago, I'm going to tell you something. DJI, if you fly any DJI product here in the United States, any major law enforcement like Homeland Security, FBI, CIA, and possibly local detectives can request or subpoena your flight information and who was flying in that area. They can basically say, Jay Santiago, who was flying over Jay Santiago's house at 8 p.m. Sunday from
Yep.
this time to that time, and DJI will have to give it up because they collect that information.
Yep.
You
And
know,
with that new briefcase system, I can't remember the name of it.
yeah, the black box. Yeah.
Yeah, they can look right on the screen when they flip the briefcase up, and it shows where the transmitter is, where the pilot is, where the aircraft is, what kind of aircraft it is, and
He says they had pictures of his license plates pulling away.
yep,
Had a file with the picture and info. Well, I can almost guarantee you, Al Diaz, they did a background check and everything on you before they even knocked on your door.
yep, they knew who they were talking to.
Right. They don't just come knocking on your door. Like, for example, if you were a rogue pilot, Jay Santiago, and excuse me, you didn't know. You came to visit New York, you went to a hotel, you pulled your drone out and you took off from the patio or the porch or whatever. I can almost guarantee you they will come and knock on your door because with those black boxes that Paul mentioned,
Yep.
they're constantly monitoring. Also, all police helicopters and most passenger helicopters in New York State have radar that can see your drone, they can see your radio, and that's how they triangulate the police to where you are.
Yep.
Okay, and they've been doing this for over a year now. So it's just you do what you're supposed to do. People are complaining about, oh, I can't fly here, I can't fly there. You know what? You can't fly here. Go where you can fly.
Yep.
If you
Or,
can't fly,
or get licensed and get the proper waivers and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
right, exactly. And Herman, and I say this all the time, Herman told me a year and a half ago, it's going to get to the point in New York City where if you want to fly, you have to be 107 and look.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
the proof is in the pudding. I'm not saying he's the great Karnak from Johnny Carson and figured that out. You guys that are young may not know who that is, but if you Google it, the great Karnak. It was an act on the Johnny Carson show, and he would give you the answer.
He put on that Swami hat, remember?
Right, he'd have the Swami hat, and he would give you the
But
answer.
jewels like the belly jewels that Val had.
Yes. He would give you the answer to a question that his sidekick Ed McMahon would read. Like he would go, "Sunny with a chance of rain," and Ed McMahon would open up the envelope and say, "What are the chances of me getting laid tonight?"
Yeah.
That's what they used to do. Hey, Paul, what's up? And welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys. Well, Paul, it's just us here. I don't know if we'll be on by the time Herman finishes smoozing and mingling with people, but I was hoping he could have got on. with his camera and say, "Look, here's the ring. Here it
Yeah.
is," or actually bite it, you know, like they used to do to tell him jewelry was real. I appreciate you hanging out, Paul.
Hey, it's been fun, and Justin, as always, is very talkative and very informative. And
Justin spoke more tonight than he has since we started this.
yeah, I think so. I appreciate that.
I'm learning. I'm getting there.
You just gotta relax, man, and dude, you gotta relax before
There
you
you
do
go.
a live stream. See, Paul used to use brownies. Now
That's
he's brownie deficient now.
Oh no, I got a brand new case of brownies just got today.
Ooh.
So I've got brownies, but I'm thinking about maybe getting something real to eat for dinner and then snack on the brownies
Is
later.
that a carpal tunnel glove, Paul?
What's that?
Is that a carpal tunnel glove?
Yes.
I need one badly.
It works good.
Or do they work? Because my doctor told me I should get one for my left wrist.
Yep, that's what I have. It works good. It fits good, and it doesn't restrict anything. It just
Now, do you wear it all the time or only when you're not doing certain things?
pretty much all the time. Obviously, I don't take it in the shower, and I don't. If I'm washing dishes or whatever like that, I take it off.
Right.
But
Now,
pretty much keep it on.
What'd you say, Justin?
Oh, I didn't say nothing.
I know. I was just trying to get you to talk.
Oh,
I really wish Justin had more time to donate towards this, because he's actually a great guy to know.
Oh yeah, I can tell that just in all the times I've been here. Justin is a great guy.
I'm going to tell you how great he is. I can't see these boards on these drones anymore, so I was willing to give up racing drones. And
I told you not.
Justin, soldering and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But Justin is my solder guy. So any racing drone video that I do, I'm going to have to show praise and give Justin his props, because I can't solder those parts anymore. I just can't see it.
Yeah, I gotta.
And he's helped me out a lot computer wise and stuff like that. It's because of him I have a liquid cooled system now. So very much appreciated.
Geek.
What happened?
As my friends call me, I'm the geek.
Yeah, Paul, to show you how much of a geek he is, he goes, I think I'm going to take my computer apart. I'm like, well, why are you taking your computer apart? To upgrade it? He goes, no, I'm just taking it apart just to do it. Now, he has a liquid cooled system like I do. So before you do any work, you got to take out certain parts. You got to drain the liquid out. There's a lot of work to putting together a liquid cooled system.
But it's fun.
It's hard streaming and talking. I'm with Justin. You know what it is, Al? After a while, you get used to it. I can't stand vlogging. If you see my videos and I'm like, this is so-and-so, so-and, I really can't stand it. But my 15-year-old daughter tells me, you have to do it. You have to get in front of the camera. And Herman, Phantom Flight 101, has told me the same thing. He said that people wanted to see
who they're
behind the video. Right,
Yep.
Paul? Who's behind the video? Wanted to see face and stuff. And now Herman has kind of got me into those guys thing. I was vlogging by myself, but gritting my teeth all the way through it. Now when I do it with Herman, we laugh and joke so much, it's easy for us to just cut the camera on and do it naturally.
Well,
Justin fit in too.
what I want to know is what night Justin's going to pick to do those guys.
Well, I'm trying. Now listen closely, Paul. I'm trying to get Justin to do a special FPV channel.
Yeah.
It's so
Well, Well, Justin, I think like a Saturday at 5 or something like that.
I don't know, because sometimes he works Saturdays.
I get off at 4, so I mean that's doable.
But Justin, isn't Mondays better because you're off Mondays?
Yeah, that's true. I could do that.
Well, you could do both Saturday and Monday. That'd be cool.
Oh, now you're reaching, Paul. Paul's just trying to find more streams to go to.
I
I
just think the fact that YouTube stopped the live streaming unless you have 1,000 subscribers. Because if you think about it, when we was at the meetups and everything, I was always live streaming, and it was fun. It was good. It's like now you can't really live stream. You gotta.
Well, you can live stream from your home computer. You just can't use a wireless device.
Right. But what he's saying is at one time, and not even 3 months ago, 3 to 6 months ago, you could go live from your drone through your device.
Yep.
YouTube doesn't allow you to do that anymore.
Yeah,
which sucks because you have the option to go live through YouTube, but that function is not working. Because Philly Drone Life was doing it.
Yeah,
he was doing it. I don't know how he's still doing it.
He's using an app that kind of like it live streams to the platform, but it's not like.
It's not a true YouTube app.
Yeah.
Michael has enough subscribers now. He's like 1,200, so he's good on that end.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But before he got to 1,000, he was using some other devices.
Okay. Because I was wondering how the hell is he streaming live on YouTube every morning, and nobody else can stream live on YouTube, and he's doing it from his drone and not losing signal.
Yep.
What's up, Eddie Nunez? I heard there was some beef going on in NYC 5 Borough, but don't worry about it. What you got to do is what Herman and I are doing. Herman and I have decided that all of these social media groups on Facebook are about one thing: trying to one-up you.
Yes.
Everyone is trying to get that better shot, that better video, that better clip that's going to make everyone go ooh and ah. And what it comes down to is to hell with all of that. Focus on what you're focusing on. Herman and I have a goal. And right now, my goal is to get Herman monetized, and shortly after that, get Justin monetized, if we can't do both at the same time.
Yep.
Okay, once Herman is monetized and I'm both monetized, you guys will probably get tired of seeing us, which is what we want.
No, you guys are entertaining it. You guys, because there's a difference. You go to some live streams, and it's the same old stuff, the same old spiel.
You mean it's the same person sitting there eating a bowl of ramen noodles?
Yep, exactly. But you guys bring to the table entertainment, and that's what it's about. Everybody wants to be entertained.
Right.
They don't want to sit there and it's like going to school where some dowdy old professor or school teacher droning on about, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. Now, that doesn't get it.
Planned.
Yep, doesn't get it.
Right. Now, what a lot of people don't know is Justin's actually very funny, but you got to get him to warm up to you. Because when I first met Justin at a meetup, I was like, yo, what's up, man? He's like, what's up? He's like, yo, you here to hang? He's like, yeah, I'm hanging. But he stood off to himself and he flew, and then he came down and he broke out.
Yeah,
Justin, we're trying to sneak him out the house sometimes now. we're trying to sneak him out the house. Now, I just got a Phantom 4 Professional. I've had it for a few months now, and I want to focus on night shots. The problem is where Justin lives, it takes him a half hour to get to me, and then anything that we want to shoot is outside of Queens or outside of Far Rockaway. So by the time we go shoot and him drop me off and then him get home, it's kind of awkward when he works the next day.
Yeah.
But we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out because I need to practice my night footage. Justin, we both started learning how to fly FPV together, and I'm just that much further ahead of him. But we were actually using liftoff. We're gonna start a section where we're gonna use a simulator for people to meet and come and fly. Because I created a room last night, and Justin and I were flying in it, practicing FPV, and a couple of guys popped in and out and stuff, but it seems to be a great way for beginners to fly FPV without learning how to get a neat video for night shots. No, you don't. You just Eddie Nunez. That's not true. Stop believing you need plugins and you need loots to edit your video. Okay. All you have to do is learn how to use your camera. And what I mean by that is, and I'm going to pull this back up because I'm going to ask you, Paul, what do you think? What drone do you think this was shot with? Honestly,
Honestly,
you can't tell, right?
I really can't tell because the movement is smooth, but what I can't
Colors
tell
are off. The
is
colors
it
are off some.
is it the drone that's doing a little bit of this, or is it you on the sticks moving it a little bit?
It's me on it. It's actually me on the sticks moving because I was only trying to get certain. What I do is I start recording and I start drifting this way. I get an angle. Okay, I have 10 seconds of that. Okay, let me set up for the next shot. And then I chop it up and use it for editing. But the point I'm trying to make is that was shot with a Phantom 4 standard. Half inch sensor, no aperture. You have to make what you have work, Eddie. Stop believing in those loots. I mean, they do help. Loots do help for someone who doesn't know how to color. Plugins do help as well. But to be honest,
Master Light, you're good.
it's all about learning to use what you have.
Yep.
Okay. Because I was putting out videos with my 3DR Solo that people thought was with a Phantom 4. And all it was with a GoPro. Only way that people could tell the difference was because of the fisheye around the edges.
Yeah.
That video right there was shot with a Phantom 4 standard. Okay. Now I have a Phantom 4 professional, and I have video footage of a Phantom 4 professional at night that it's a day and night difference. But I made what I had work.
Yep. Well, that's just like the Mavic 2 Pro. It's got a great camera too. I believe this. Get a drone that you can fly and you cost effectively fly, gives you the time you want in the air to fly, and love what you got,
Right. Now, when everyone was flying DJI, I had a Solo. And before I had the Solo, I had this Hubsan H501S.
Yeah.
All right. It has a fixed camera, but I was able to get video out of it. Not good stabilized video, but I was able to get video out of it. It's a great camera bird. So once I learned not to use the video and just use it for taking pictures, it was fine. It's perfectly fine. This drone up here, that's what I use to teach people how to fly. Only thing it has is altitude hold. Okay. So no GPS. So if the wind blows, it will drift. But I teach people how to fly in a non-GPS drone because if your GPS goes out on your drone and you don't know how to fly it, that's how you have a flyaway.
Yep.
Or that's how you lose your bird. But anyway, Paul, Justin, it's 7:01. Time for dinner. And we could do a drop to end out the show, and that'll be it, the live stream. Okay. But Eddie, getting back to what I'm saying, don't get hooked up on all the tech and software. It's only software you need to know how to use is Lightroom and your video editing software. Lightroom for pictures and whatever video editing software. Because I know people that use $40 programs that make someone using Adobe Premiere, which is professional software, look like they don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
It's all about learn what the hell you got.
Yep.
And with that, we're going to do Wednesday nights with those. Hold it. Paul, thank you so much for helping cover. And Justin, thanks for popping in too.
No problem.
As always. And Wednesday nights with those guys was sponsored by those guys.